think I've been here. I think I've been here a lot. So, and I'm happy to be here. Usually, I just sneak in and I'm at the bar. I'm in the background listening. I'm pretty much just enjoying myself, and this has been fun. We started this, I believe. I think it had to be on the we launched the school, I believe, on the first, isn't it? We launched the school in itself on the first of October, and we started this particular program on the 7th of October, and we'll be running this program 7th all the way. So 7th today is the 11th Saturday. Today is the 11th Saturday. So if you have not missed any class, I mean 11 Saturdays, and you have had apart from one day where the session was missed and they had to move it to another day, it will make it this will be the 33rd, the 33rd session. So if you've been here, everybody that is on the call, please go to the chat room. And out of 33 classes, just type how many have you attended? Everybody, out of 33 classes, out of 33 classes. Hey, Joyce, are you serious? You have attended 33. Susan, no kidding. No kidding. Whoa. Whoa. Adekumbi also said 33. Adeshukwa, I cannot believe it. Joyce, so we're going to have to give an award to those people who have made it. So Joyce says she's made 33 classes. Adeshukwa says has made 33 classes. Adekumbi 33. Susan 33. That is wow. Salman says, Omobala says 33. Wow. Joyce said, I never missed any. Babatini says, I've attended all. This is amazing. Efogbe says, 33. Wow. Emmanuel also said, all classes, never missed any. Interesting. Mary Jane also says, all classes. This is amazing. Amazing. This is beautiful. I'm so happy and I'm impressed. I can see Sedute coming in. As in, some people have attended 33 classes. Daniel also says 33. Andrew says 33. It's amazing. Well done. Well done. Well done. Somebody, please give me a clap emoji, please. Please give me a clap emoji. Everybody, a clap emoji in the chat room. This is amazing for the people who have made it to all these classes. Well done, as in big well done. As in, that's really impressive. And I'm hoping you've learned a lot. I'm hoping you've gained a lot. And I really just I pray for you that your career will just move to the next level in the year 2024. You know, because it's not the idea behind coming for this is just not to mark attendance, but to, you know, open your eyes to a lot of things and to open your hearts and to open your minds to a lot of things. There's a lot that you and I need to be good at if we want to be global. If we really want to become global, like in terms of our skill sets and our capabilities, then these things that we've taught inside this class make a lot of sense, and you should definitely go back even after this particular course to deepen your capabilities as it is. My wish for all of you is that you will be global in your career, that your career will not just be local, it won't just be Nigeria, but your career will be global. That's really what it is that I wish for everybody that is on this call. And if you look at the variety of things, you see that it's a lot. Yes, global. Like your capabilities will be global as it is. And Everybody, if you, so I put the material for the business analysis. Honestly, if you ask me, the three work streams that we've been working on have been excellent. The three work streams have been excellent, but my favorite of the work streams has been this business analysis class, everybody. The three work streams have been excellent, but I think this business analysis is key. Business analysis is essential. It doesn't matter your line of work. It doesn't matter whether you're in HR, you're in procurement. It doesn't matter what you do. Business analysis is useful and it is essential for your career. And so I put the link for the book. I have put it in the chat room. There's another link I wanted to also put. Let me also drop that other link here, which is a link where you can download a sample business case. In fact, one of the things here you should do is to download all the Prince2 templates. There are many Prince2 templates. You should download them. You should get very familiar with them as it is. So I put the link for the business analysis book. That's the book that the entire business analysis that we've been doing, that is the book that has been based on. But apart from the business analysis book, all right, apart from the business analysis book, I've also put a new link here. And in that new link, you can download a lot of different templates. You can download different templates for project management. Today, one of the things we're going to be looking at is something called the business case template, a business case template. And you should get all the templates, about 26 templates for Prince2. If you really want to manage a project and you want to manage a project appropriately, and you want to learn how to manage projects in terms of core real deliverables, not just projects for project's sake. If you really want to manage a project, want to learn how to practically manage a project, you knowing Prince2 is essential. It's not a nice to have, it is a must have. It is not a nice to have. Okay, so yes, Edith and Mercy, they will post them in the group chat. So if you really want to know how to manage a project, a lot of people can manage projects using their mouth. They want to talk about project management. They want to describe project management. I'm not talking about describing or just talking about project management. I'm discussing managing a project. One of the key things that will help you is you knowing how to use the Prince2 templates. And on this website called prince2.com, everybody, you can look on that website. It's called prince2.com. You should find a lot of free things to download, and those templates are amongst them. You'll find a lot of resources to download on that website called Prince2. 2 written as number 2, and I'll share my screen in 1 minute so that you can see the website. So this is the website, everybody. This is the website today. So I've shared the link for this one, but it's more than this one. You're going to need to come down to the place called the Download Center here, so you can see there are many things you can download, but the most important thing to me is here. When it talks about the templates, everybody, can you see some of the Prince2 templates? Okay. So you can, if you come here, can you see on my screen, Prince2 templates download? You can download the 26 Prince2 templates, the 26 of them. Yeah, and these templates will significantly help you to manage projects in reality. I'm not talking about just cramming things. We're not talking about mentally knowing how to manage a project. We're talking about knowing how to manage a project in reality. And you'll see that I think for anybody, business project management is the next step after business analysis. One of my friends, one of my senior friends and colleagues, and is my guy in the real sense of it. One of the things he had said to me a long time ago, he said he can survive, that his business can survive with a bad project manager, but he cannot survive with a bad business analyst, and I didn't used to understand what he was saying and what he was referring to. He will say it in those days. He will say, my business can survive with a bad project manager, but I need excellent business analysts. And I'll tell you, in my life, in my career, with the work that I've done in different places, with all the degrees that I've acquired or whatever those things are, the fundamentals of everything that I know how to do is from business analysis. The fundamentals of everything that I do, every professional work that I do, the fundamentals of everything that has allowed me to be successful in life, whatever, right, a professional work is tied to my deep understanding of business analysis. Business analysis is that thing that they should have taught me during I should have been taught this thing in the university. This should have been a compulsory course for everybody who is going to graduate from the university. In fact, earlier today, let me show you something. Earlier today, I was looking at something. Everybody just give me 1 minute. Earlier today, I was looking at a book that is called The 99 Essential Tools and Techniques for Business Analysis. And I'll come to the chat room and I'll paste it again. And I'm sure Edith and Mercy can post it in your WhatsApp group. 99 things that you and I need to know. I have 2 kids. They want to both become lawyers. But I've told them that it doesn't matter what it is that they want to do in this life. The key thing they need to know is business analysis. Because once they have a strong business analysis background, they can learn anything. They can pick up anything. They can learn anything. They can be great lawyers. But without a strong business analysis background, they will struggle. They will struggle. They would always have things that they don't know, things that they haven't taken into keen consideration. So I think for all of us, for the people here that your parents have brought you here, you should go thank them after this course. For your young people that are on this course, that your parents have supported you, have guided you, given you some kind of data, computer, phone, whatever, and registered you for this course. They have done you done you a great service. I studied computer science and engineering, and I graduated from an excellent university, Obafemi Awolowo University. Nevertheless, I had significant gaps when it comes to business analysis, and I had to learn this even after doing a master's program and all that. Was when I learned a lot of these things. And it is my learning of these things that has helped me to work with maybe 1,000 different clients over the last 21, 22 years in different parts of the world. It is what it is that I know of this business analysis that has significantly helped me. Now I spend a lot of my time doing ISO work, but I can tell you the thing that allows me to be able to do my ISO work and to do it properly and to do it effectively is my strong business analysis background. So for you that you're here, please go back. I've shown you the book. I've even added, I've shown you the book. I have even added the extra book that if you get the chance, you should go look at. You know, you're not doing business analysis. You're not doing this course because of me. Some of you, I will never speak to you. I will never interact with you. But you have gained something for your own self. This is not for me. This is primarily this is primarily for yourself. So this has nothing to really do with me. It is for you as a person. If you can complete Prince 2 templates, if you can complete a business analysis template, then it is good for you. Now, let me jump into today. So if you made it to 33, where we will all do cheers. We will all do virtual glasses and we will do cheers. I will do cheers with my coffee cup with everybody, because 33 classes, that is a lot. This is almost more than a master's degree if you look at the volume of what it is that we've been able to do. This is a lot, all the way from the introduction of the student excellence program, the ISO courses, and even the business analysis. So let me go to the chat room. Let me hear from everybody. Which of these three categories has been your favorite? I know a lot of people have liked management courses. I know a lot of people have also liked the ISO courses, and I know some people have really loved the business analysis. But everybody pick one. Let me go to the chat room. I want to see. I want to see. Some people say management. Okay, which one? Some people say ISO. Okay, let me see. So management for some people, ISO for some people, ISO for some people. Mary Jane says BA. Semba says ISO. Zainab said some people loved that the courses on elocution and pronunciation, those courses and the etiquette and those ones. Some people says business analysis. Some people say I know Dressman, you must pick just one. It was either you're only allowed to pick one of the three. Hope says business analysis, right? Pressure says ISO. This is, I mean, it's great. I mean, nobody really took the time. Agnes says ISO. Eric says Dressman says BA now. Okay, okay. Chico says ISO. Fashola says ISO. Yeah, I mean, once again, well, we designed this course thinking about what it is that is really useful and relevant in the industry. What will help you become a much better person and a much better professional. And once again, I do believe that there's nobody who would have attended these 33 classes and their career has to move. You have to move up in your organization. You have to get a better job. You know enough to be able to move forward. The 2024 needs to be a year where you will truly move forward from the completion of these practical things. If you've done all 10 ISO courses, then you can help your own organization and even help other organizations. If you've done all those management courses, then you're in a place to help both your own organization and even others. And even when it comes to the business analysis side of things. Let me move on very quickly. This is one of my favorite diagrams that talks about business analysis, and this is why the world needs business analysis, because business analysis is what organizations are looking for. Every company is looking for somebody who is going to help them solve a problem. The world is not interested in only just a problem analysis. It is interested in solution implementation. Everybody, and you should write that down somewhere. Some people are experts at problem analysis. I like to watch Arise TV a lot. They bring people and the people will argue and say all sorts of things, but everything that they're saying is all tied to problem analysis. Everything that they say is all tied to the analysis of the problem, and people know how to analyze problems. But it's not just about the analysis of problems. That is important. It's the background. However, you providing the right solution and implementing the right solution is extremely important. You need to be able to provide the right solution, and you need to be able to implement the right solution. So you have to be able to provide the right solution. On one hand, you also have to be able to implement the right solution. So this is not just about being able to identify the problem. And I like this diagram. And you, as a business analyst, something like this needs to be clear to you. When I analyze this for people, they'll say that, oh, that's what the customer said. I always, even the staff in my organization, and I have about 80 people working with me in different locations in Nigeria and in Ghana and even in Kenya. Every time I tell them something, they come to tell me, they said, that's what the customer said. I said, but did you offer your own opinion? In fact, I tell them that you also have to say, is this an opinion? Is it a suggestion? Is it a recommendation? Is it a strong recommendation? Clients would always say things. People will always say things. In this instance, everybody look at how the customer explained it. The customer badly explained what he wanted. That's the beginning of everything, and that's why we need people who are great business analysts. That's why we need excellent business analysts, because some people indeed are just poor at analysis. Some people are just extremely poor at analysis. So, and they've not been trained. They haven't gone through 12 weeks of training. So look at it. It says how the customer explained it. The customer, he or she is not trained on how to explain things properly, how to articulate themselves. And this is a big global problem. I work with clients every day. Last week, I'm certain I had such a busy week. I worked with 4 different clients, 2 in Ghana and 2 in Nigeria, with over a 5-day period. I literally did about 12, 13 days of work this yesterday, so to speak, that finished by this week, the working week that finished yesterday. And if you see how difficult it is for people to articulate themselves clearly, it's a big global challenge. And that's why you've been trained as an analyst, so that you can help people articulate things. You can articulate things yourself. You can also help other people learn how to articulate things properly. People describe problems poorly. So here, the customer even said the wrong thing. And once it went wrong at the very beginning, most of these people have not been trained on business analysis like yourself. None of them could arrive at number 12 at the very beginning. Number 12 here, everybody, if you follow through, if you look at it from my left to the right, number 12 is where number 2 should be. That is where number 2 should be. Number 12 should come to where number 2. In the ideal world, what is meant to happen is that the customer might explain it badly, but you, the business analyst, you're meant to be able to help them explain it properly. What this person or this family wanted was just a makeshift swing for their child. That's really what they wanted. A makeshift swing for their child, a comfortable one for a small child that is walkable, that is sensible, that is feasible. And a lot of people have enjoyed this kind of swing while they were young. So the customer might explain it badly, but the business analyst should then put it right from the very beginning. But look at it. None of these people, the project manager is not trained on business analysis. I wonder, that's one of the big business analysis, and that's one of the big problems and challenges globally. Project managers are not being trained on business analysis, so they struggle to be great project managers. If I got $1 for every poor project manager that I have met, then I should be able to start a bank. Project managers go ahead to doing project management without first laying the right foundation. And the right foundation that can be laid professionally is business analysis. That is the right foundation that can be laid professionally. So if you look at it, the customer explained it badly. The project manager is not trained on business analysis. The analyst designed it badly. The programmer did the same. The testing was done badly. The account rep did it badly. The project was documented badly. The operations person handled it badly. The customer was billed badly. Everything just went wrong. Even look at the marketing person as put it out there, almost looking like it's a proper swing, but that thing that they put in there is not even very feasible. The ropes will move from one area to the other, and then look at the rope. It doesn't even look like it's a sturdy rope. But look at it. It says what the customer really needed. Well, look at how it has gone wrong. And this is what happens that projects go wrong. Because a lot of the projects do not have great business analysts working on it. A lot of the projects do not have great business analysts working on those projects. This is what the customer really needed. And this is important, and this is essential. So you, as a business analyst, somebody who's gone through this whole course, who's gone through the entire thing, and I said I've shared that link with you. I've shared the link of the 99 business analysis tools and techniques, right? I've shared it with you. You will keep experiencing this kind of thing. Organizations will experience these things. And when I speak to HR people, I tell them, by the time you hire somebody into your organization, from the very beginning of hiring somebody into your own organization, you should have ensured that part of the onboarding, you take them through this entire business analysis course. And once again, this is important and this is essential. Let me move on very quickly because of time, as it is. So today I'm meant to deal with the last 2 chapters of the business analysis book. We have 2 business analysis programs that we do, but because of the uniqueness of this program, it's the one from the British Computing Society that we have done, and today we have used, and today we're doing the last 2 chapters, 13 and 14. And 13 talks about making a business and financial case. So it really is about a business case. And there are many business case templates. There's a business case template from Prince 2 that I've shared with all of you today. There's a business case template coming from somewhere else. There are many business case templates that do exist. And you can look at those business case templates and look at them thoroughly in terms of what are they, what do they offer. And so as part of this whole piece, the key thing we're going to look at is what is the business case. And I've shared a template with you. And the business case is like saying that is a business plan. A business case is the younger brother of a full business plan. A business case is the younger brother, the junior brother to a full-blown business plan. We write a business case for projects. We write a business plan for a business, but by and large, they're almost the same thing. Edith, who works here with me and runs this school, she's written business case documents and even business plans. So this skill set is essential. How do you think through a business plan for a whole business? What a business case is, oh, sorry, let me say it properly. What a business plan is to a business is what a business case is to a project. And that's why you can see that one of the first things it even describes here is business case within the context of a project life cycle. Business case within the context of a project life cycle. And then we're also going to talk about identifying options. And once again, I think everybody needs to have business analysis skills. I'm not worried about everybody being a full-time business analyst. That's not my concern. We all don't have to be a full-time business analyst, but all of us need to apply the skill sets and the capabilities and the tools, all right, that of a business analyst within our jobs. It doesn't matter whether our job is marketing, our job is sales, our job is HR, or it is admin, or it's procurement, or it is customer service. It does not matter the line of work that we do. Even if you're a housewife, it does not matter. I mean, housewives are as instrumental to raising great families. So even the housewife must manage the house using business analysis skill sets. So that's important and is essential. And then so we're going to talk about identifying various types of options. There will always be options. So you have to be able to then scientifically look through the options. Which one should we go for? Option A or option B? Should I order for food or should I cook myself? If I order for food, will the food get here on time? How much will it cost? Versus if I decide to do this, how do you scientifically think through your options and present it to an audience? And then we're also going to talk about the concept of project feasibility. Is this a feasible project? Right? There's a template even within Prince 2, within the Prince 2 templates that I showed to you earlier today, that is called the project brief. And it's got some of these things in there. And then once again, to talk about the structure of a business case, I've already shared the template with you that will significantly help you to get it done. This is a practical piece of work. This is not theory. I'm not somebody asked me a while ago, I said, that's why I don't work in a university. I said, because I don't like to teach theory. I like to look at something practically. I'm working with different clients in different locations every day. So that helps. That helps. And of course, somebody needs to be to teach. And I do teach in the university part time, but I don't spend all my time teaching in the university. So it's important that you and I we get these things right. There's also the concept of an investment appraisal. We can't look into all this completely today, but yeah, we will try. And how do you present your business case? I've told all of you, and I think I must have mentioned this on day one. Everybody that is here, all of you need to go and learn how to use Microsoft Office very well. That is one of the things I've used in my lifetime, in my professional life, to take advantage of others. My ability to be able to present. I can sit at your reception. I remember a while ago, I will sit at your reception and I'll come up with a brilliant presentation just while seated at your reception. A friend of mine who is in the US called me yesterday and begged me. He said, "Oh, Oga, I know that you can give this to one of your people, one of your team members to do it for you, but please, can you just help me with this?" And because he's a senior person to me, he's the kind of person that I can call an elder brother. Most of my teammates, some of them were having Christmas party yesterday. Some of them were busy doing one thing or the other. I said, okay, I'll just do it for you. And I was in between. I had a break in between my audit and with my client, and I quickly sat down in 30 minutes. Something he had been struggling with for about 2 months, I sorted it out. So it's important because if you come up with a great business case, one of my friends has shared the document with me that I need to help him review. And when I looked at it, I said, even your presentation approach is completely out of place. I said, you can't take this to somebody and the person is going to take you seriously because of the look and the feel of your document. And then finally, I'll talk to you about benefits realization. Once again, I've showed you a brilliant website that will help you. So when you talk about business case, the other word for business case is the word called justification. We talk about this all the time. It is justification. How do you justify something? How do you justify something? How do you justify what is the reason, the justifiable reason why you're even doing that project? Why are you relocating? Why are you starting a business? Do you want to change your job? Right? Why do you want to do this? Right? What is the justifiable reason, the scientifically justifiable reason? We're not talking about some qualitative measurement alone, but quantitative measurement to why you want to do something. And then you can see some key elements on my screen. So you can see that you have to talk about costs, right? The cost of A versus the cost of B. Yesterday, my team, while they left me to do the work, and even today, some of them are at the beach today. Yesterday, some of them were at some resort enjoying having the time of their life. They left me in the office or at home working on their behalf. And one of the ones today, they made a decision around the type of boss that they're going to use. And the first question that I said to them is, give me your justification for why you picked this boss versus the one from yesterday. And the person was mumbling. And he said, I said, it was cheap. I said, cheap in comparison to what? What is the basis for you describing that? What does cheap mean? How do you compare A with B? So these are important things. You've got to think about the cost. You've got to think about the risks. I sit with clients all the time. They need to make a decision. Should they outsource this? Should they insource this? Everybody's going to talk about one portion of their IT or their information security. Should they keep it internal? Should they take it external? What are some of the expected this benefits? Timelines. If we decide, somebody says, we can quickly get it done. If we quickly get it done, but it's going to get spoiled 6 months down the line. These are the things that allow me to be very critical in making decisions in different portions of the business. Does this make sense? Should we insource? Should we outsource? Should we hire this person? Should we not hire that person? You're not going to come to tell me, especially if I was not at the interview, that you feel. What does your feeling mean? I'm always asking my people that, dude, I can't work with your feeling. Some people will change it. They won't say feeling. They'll say, I believe. I'm like, dude, I don't go to your church or your mosque. We go to different places. I don't even know what you believe in. I know what I believe in. Give me a justifiable reason why you're saying we should go in a certain direction. And I like to leave things to the people who work with me a lot. But you've got to be able to justify what it is that you're saying. And this is what a business case is about: justifiable reason, a scientifically, a quantitative approach to saying this is the direction that we should go. All right. I'll move on very quickly. Once again, I've spoken about this. My job is not to read slides to you. I'm sure you can read. I'm sure they'll provide all the slides for the course to all of you. My job is to really discuss these things. And you might not be able to see my screen very well. However, this is my point. Business analysis is from a beginning of the project all the way to the end. So all those things at the bottom that talk about that, like red spots, is showing you that throughout the life cycle of a project, business analysis is involved. So you're not going to say we did business analysis only at the beginning. No. And that's one of the good things about Prince 2. Prince 2 says, as you get to the beginning of each of those phases of the work, you should reevaluate it. Is this project still necessary? Should I still go ahead with this project? Does it still make sense for me to proceed with this particular project? That's what Prince 2 says. Should I still go forward? Should I still go ahead? Should I continue with this project? That you should review the business case, whether there's still the need for it. So if you and I said, oh, we need to make a certain purchase or something, 3 months down the line, the environment, the world, the economic situation, the environmental situation, whatever that thing is, might have changed. So it might not make sense any longer to still go ahead with the thing. That's why business analysis is throughout the entire life cycle. It is more intensive at the beginning, but it is throughout the life cycle of the project in itself. Okay? Right? Business analysis, it's all the time, even at the end. That's why even when the project has ended, you still need to go back and look at the project and say that, did we get the benefits? The things that were promised in the business case, did they happen? That's why there's an exercise that I've done in the past that is called the benefits realization post, because benefits realization is 6 months or 1 year after that thing has been done and has been completed, for you to then come back and look at it. Did it generate the benefits that it's meant to generate? This is important, and this is essential, right? Option identification. Once again, I'm not going to try to read it to you. There will always be options. People always have options in life. There's nothing that you're doing that there's never an option. When sometimes people come to me at work and they say, oh, they start to act like it's the end of life. I start to tell them that, dude, see, no, there's always an option. There is always an option. Now, the option might not be great, it might not be the best option, but trust me, there's always an option. It's just that when we're talking about people are I tell people are indispensable. I mean, none of us are indispensable. If I am completely dispensable even within my own business, absolutely. So if I can be dispensable, then of course, I mean, you can't say that, oh, you know what, the business is going to be tied to one person. The business is a going concern. For the accountants that are here, they have the concept of a business, of a going concern. A business is a going concern. You've got to think through it. The business, soldier come, human beings come, human beings go. Business must remain. The business must remain. So if you do your business properly, that's why we talk about succession planning for people. That's why we talk about business continuity for your systems and for your processes. The business is a going concern. That's why you see in some places they have businesses that are 200 years old. I have a business that my parents started, is probably almost 40 years old. It's a going concern. Different people have come, different people have left, but the business has remained, so to speak. So there will always be options. Now, the issue is for you to really think through all your options. You have to think through your options. You really have to think through your options. You've got to be able to present something like this to your management, to your executive. And this is where people don't like to be scientific about what it is that they're doing. So you can see my screen. You say, you know what, we've got 3 options. We can decide to let the status remain, status quo, so to speak. We can decide to use Excel. We can decide to buy software. There are advantages and disadvantages based on each of these things. Now, let's just look at the criteria. Now, if you look at my extreme left, then they put the criteria in there. If you look at, then you can see the criteria for implementation costs, maintenance costs, first, many things that you've got to be able to think about to be able to convince the executives the direction that they need to go. Many things you have to be able to think about to be able to tell to tell them this is the where you should go. This is how you should go. You know, we'll say that this is the way. Go there, go on it. Do not turn to your left and do not turn to your right. Stick to it justifiably. And if you go back one bit, you see that apart from the identification of your options, you now have to do the feasibility. And part of that feasibility is to also do what is called demand analysis. And finally, you need to pick an option. You must pick an option and you must run with it. Because one of the things that go wrong with a lot of people, even after doing it all, after everything, is that then they don't go with it. They say they're going to do it, but they don't do it. They say they're going to go that path, but they don't end up going on that same path. So implementation is important. That's why in ISO, some of you would have read it that says plan, do, right? Plan, then do. A lot of people are great planners, but they're poor doers. Plan, then do. Plan, do, check, review it, and then act on it. Further to that, improve it, further act on it. Plan, do, check it, and then further act on it. So this is an option identification. Once again, when we're talking about feasibility, you know, I listen to all sorts all the time. Sometimes I'm listening to people who are doing what's that thing called? Sometimes I'm listening to people who are doing a business plan presentation. Maybe I'm with Faith Foundation or one of these organizations. I'm doing one thing or the other in Lagos Business School, and somebody starts to talk about a feasibility report. And in my head, I am thinking feasibility tied to what layer? Are we talking about technical feasibility, legal and regulatory feasibility, organizational, social, economic feasibility? You've got to look at it at multiple layers. There's a layered approach to the thinking that you need to apply to a lot of these things. There is a layered approach to the thinking that needs to be applied to a lot of these things. So somebody can say, what about financial feasibility? Right? What about social feasibility? What about the feasibility of the people, which is tied to organizational? What about process feasibility? I hear all sorts of things every day from one client or the other, and I'm thinking that, how did you arrive at this decision? I was working with a client this last week. They've made some decisions, and I'm like, these are not very smart decisions. Like, it's almost like they've made the decision like they were living under a tree prior to now. So you and I need to be able to think about things layered, from one layer onto another. You've got to be able to think about things layered, from one layer onto another as it is. So there are many feasibility templates. If you type feasibility study templates online, but it's not about the templates, it's about knowing what to do. It's about knowing how to think. It's a thinking pattern. It's a thinking pattern. It's a thinking pattern and a thinking approach. It's a thinking pattern and a thinking approach. Because you're going to have to stand in front of intelligent people to speak to them. I remember in those days, and when I used to convince clients when I wanted to do a certain startup, and this must have been 13, 14, 15 years ago, and I wanted to convince somebody to give me $100 million, I had to go through all this. And that's why a lot of startups are not able to attract the funding that they need, because when they're speaking, they're saying things that you can't substantiate. They're speaking emotionally about things that they're meant to be substantiating using real scientific data. So you must do feasibility study. People go into businesses without thinking about the feasibility of the business. There are many things people tell me that, but you can do this. But I said, but I wouldn't have the time to do it. What's the point? What's the point? I will not have the time to do this. I cannot put myself in 100 different locations. So there's some things that on the surface of it, it makes sense, but they're not feasible. Just like sometimes people come to give me advice on how to run my business, but some of those people, they have not even run a shop where they sell sweets successfully, because they come with ideas, but some of those ideas are not feasible. they're not feasible, they're not workable in the long term, they haven't thought through it. Somebody came to me recently, said, oh, I hope you know you can do X, Y, Z. And on the surface of it, what he was saying made a lot of sense. I said, yes, I agree. But when I really did think about it, I'm like, this is not very feasible. It's not very feasible. So these things are important. These things are critical. These things are essential if you and I were going to succeed with the work that we do and being great business analysts. I sit in boardrooms. I'm on the board of a couple of organizations. Some of the directors or the managing directors or whoever, they present things and I'm just staring. I'm like, my God, this doesn't even make sense. Like, how does this add up? So then you ask the person, like, okay, so who else has done something like this? What were some of the challenges that they had while they were trying to do it? Right? How much money did they have to put in? And then the person says, oh, we only had to put this. And I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at even on my phone right now, I've got a business plan that somebody wants me to invest in, a business plan for lithium battery production or something like that. And he sent me the business plan and I looked at it thoroughly and I'm like, you have skipped like 100 things relative to this plan. And like this plan is completely ridden with assumptions of the market. That when we eventually produce these lithium batteries, that we'll be able to sell them and export them without thinking about all the hurdles and all the challenges. I'm like, okay, how long does it even take to get the license to do this? Because what you're asking for requires a huge regulatory problem. Have you seen that in some of the regulatory organizations? They just sacked. So there's one that I'm working with. They just sacked the managing director and some of the other directors. That means there's no approval over the next 3 to 6 months. The completely fielded assumptions. So what they were saying was not feasible. So you and I, in providing solutions, and that's why some of our solutions are rejected. Our business case is not strong. Our feasibility study is very poor. We haven't presented a strong feasibility study for what it is that we want to do. Once again, I've shared a sample of a project business case with everybody. That page that I shared with you, you can get 26 project management templates for Prince 2. There are 26 of them, at least for Prince 2 version 7. There's also a new version now. They reduced the number of templates, but I think you should just go with the new with that version 7. And I shared a link. If Edith and Mercy are on the call, they can reshare the link to everybody so that you can all get value out of it. All right, so let me quickly speak about investment appraisal. And this is where sometimes people struggle in writing a business case. Because in writing a business case, you have to do the financials. There's got to be, so you have to say, well, what is the net present value of the amount of money? All right. What is the benefit to cost ratio? Because, I mean, sometimes people will say, oh, you know what, we're going to buy Oracle. And I've seen that happen. They will buy certain software, but they're not even thinking about the cost of the support. Or they're thinking about the cost of the support, but they're not thinking about the cost of the recurring licenses. I want to move one of our businesses to a different version of Microsoft 365 that is going to cost us about $12 per month. So multiplied by 12, it's going to cost us about $150 per staff. And I've got about 40 people in that portion of the business. So 150 multiplied by about 40 takes me to about $6,000 for Microsoft 365 license. Then I'm seated in there and I'm really thinking that does this even make sense? What is the benefit I get from this versus the cost? Right? What is what is the net present value of $6,000 to me? And what do I get from this? What will be, if I decide to do this, when will I get real return on this particular investment? So I'm thinking that how long do I depreciate this investment over a 12-month period? Am I going to be able to generate enough profits to be able to wipe off the $6,000 investment on licenses? I'm thinking very deeply because $6,000 for email service is a huge investment. We're not a bank. We're not a telco organization. So nevertheless, we need to have something like that. So we have to now look at it. If we scale down the type of license to the $7 or $8 version of that license, is it great? Is it useful? We have to think through this. So there's a financial side to your work. You can't write a complete business case without looking at the financials that are involved. How much money is it going to cost me? Is this the best use of my $6,000? Can I invest the $6,000 into something else that will give me much better returns? Okay. So there are many things to think about, but you don't have to be a financial guru or a financial expert or something like that to be able to do this or to get it right. All you need to do is to look at the whatever templates you're using and follow through, just making sure that you understand what needs to be done. So sometimes, once again, a payback period is, I mean, how do I get my money back? Either get my money directly or get it from the benefits. If can I guarantee that $6,000 directly will lead to $10,000 or $15,000? Then it might make sense directly. Remember that I have webmail. My webmail costs me maybe $500 or $600 per annum. So I have webmail that costs me $500 or $600 per annum. Now I'm thinking about something that is going to cost me multiplied by 10 for that portion of my business. There's a lot of thinking that has to go to it. Is that the best use of $6,000? Can I take $6,000 and put it in an investment account? Should I take $6,000 and just use it to buy cars for some of the guys in the office? What should I use this to do? Is email my best? A lot of thinking has to go into this. So there's no going around this. There's no going around this if you decide if you're going to be doing this. And this is why it's important. A lot of people, when they do their business case, they don't take the financials into consideration. Then everything falls flat on its face. They're going to reject whatever it is that you write, well, if you don't take the financials into keen consideration. Somebody's going to reject it. They're going to throw it in the bin. And that's why, as an analyst, you don't have to be an accountant, you don't have to be a financial guru, but the basics of accounting, the basics of investment, that's why this portion is called the investment appraisal. That how much money do we need to put in? Is it initial? Is it ongoing? Is it recurring? And how do we get the benefits out of this? Is it the best? Is this the only option that we have? I've also spoken to you about how do you present your business case? How do you go about presenting your business case? Should you present it as a Microsoft Word document? Should you present it as a Word document with a supporting Excel document? Should you take everything into PowerPoint to be able to do it and to be able to get it right? How should you approach this? You've written a great business case, but you have poor presentation. And maybe you should go and watch Shark Tank and all those other things. I can't remember the other one that I used to watch in the UK, and a lot of those ones, and there's American versions of a lot of these things, where the people are presenting their plans. And you will see the key questions. How much money have you put into business? What is your revenue on a monthly basis? What's the percentage that you're able to keep for that? What is the growth potential? Because that's what a business plan and a business case is about. Don't write a great document and not be able to present it. I mean, I had a webinar on climate change some weeks ago, and then they brought some guy. I did one portion of it, and they brought some guy who also did another portion, and he didn't have a presentation. And everything that he said is even a much more, is a much bigger climate change practitioner in comparison to myself. Right? I know some elements of climate change. I know it tied to SDG. I know tied to some of the key documentation that drives it. And I know it's tied to some areas of work, especially the ones that are purely environmental, like CO2 emissions and things like that. But I'm not even at his level. But I had a presentation to drive my own bit, and he just came on the call and he just spoke freely for 30, 45 minutes, and nobody could really hold on to what it is that he was saying. So he was saying very useful things, but because he was just reeling them out of the top of his head, people really couldn't use what he was saying. Okay. And lastly, in this portion is benefits realization. There must always be benefits, tangible benefits, measurable benefits, everybody. There's always benefits. There are always benefits. There's always a benefit. There should always be a benefit to what it is that you're doing. There are always benefits. Tangible. I still had a meeting yesterday, and we're talking about the benefit realization from their investment in the ISO standards that they were doing yesterday. There must always be benefits. And that's why people engage in projects. There must be benefits from what it is that you're doing. What are you hoping to get out of this? What are you praying to get out of this? What are you looking to get out of it? In tangible terms. Is this going to help you to win more customers? Is it going to help you to retain your staff? Is it going to help in your expansion model? What is this thing going to help you with? It's important and it is essential. So, and there's a science to benefits realization and benefits management. There's a science to it. It is not something that you just do off the top of your head. You're going to need some training. You're going to need some templates. You're going to need some guidance. So you can go online, look for benefit realization templates, and see if you can follow. So what business case is to a project which is at the very beginning is what benefit realization is to a project at the very end. Beginning, the justifiable reason why we should embark on this particular project, spend time, money, effort on this particular thing. At the end, benefits. Did we get those promises? People write all sorts of great promises at the beginning of a project. They say, we're going to do this, we're going to fly in the moon, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. The idea is when that particular thing has been done, are they going to get the benefits out of it? It's like, I came up with some people and we ran a business. We hired a managing director. We put the managing director there, paid the person a lot of money. And when the thing was not working, the managing director threw their resignation letter in and went to their home. Because when we now started demanding that, Mr. Managing Director, you came and made all these promises, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Now, you can't even justify that you've even made a dime out of all that you've brought a dime in. Everybody can talk. Talk is cheap, right? Talk is what people can do. Every time I want to hire people, especially in sales, the people will come and tell us stories. I did this in my former office. I brought the world down. I raised the world inside up, outside in. They will say all sorts of things. 6 months down the line, 8 months down the line, 12 months down the line, you're now holding them accountable for the promises that they made. And, stories come in. All sorts of interesting stories. So it's good for you to write a business case. It is more important that business case, that the benefits, the promises you made inside of it came true at the end of it. Everybody, if you've ever spent money on something, a business, an initiative, your hairdressing salon, your what's that thing, your Instagram clothes business, your whatever that thing is, your party business, your Facebook business, whatever that thing is, you spend money. In my office, they're always convincing me to spend money on Facebook ads and Instagram ads. Then after we spend all that money, I come back and I ask them at the end of the quarter, I asked my head of marketing, you said if I put this amount of money in, we're going to get X, Y, Z. I've put the money in now. Where is my X, Y, and Z? Business case at the beginning, investment appraisal, and benefit realization at the end. Business case, feasibility study, business case, feasibility study, investment appraisal, and benefit realization. Essential elements if you truly do plan to be somebody who is going to be a great professional in your line of work, whatever it is that you do as it is. All right, let me quickly run through this so that I can take thoughts and questions and opinion. We must be out of this class in 30 minutes thereabout. I have a meeting for 3 p.m. So, and it's a physical meeting. I need to be there. So I'm going to make sure that I get out of here, even if it's 5. Luckily for me, it's just a stone throw to my house. I should be able to get there very quickly. Now let's talk about change, everybody. Let's talk about change. What do they say? What's that saying, everybody? What are some of the common sayings when it comes to change? What's that thing? Everybody, let's come to the chat room. What do they say? What do people say when it comes to say? What is the thing that people say? They say change is what? They say change is what? Anybody? What did they say? People say that change is the Anybody? Chat room? Anybody? Change is what? All right. Change is what? Can anybody tell me? Change is exactly. Change is the only constant thing in life. Change is constant. Change is inevitable. Good, 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 good. Yes, absolutely. I agree with you. Change is constant. Change. All right. The people also say that but people don't like change. I completely disagree. What's that thing people say when it comes to say? Is that people are resistant to change? Am I right? People say that. What's that thing people say? They say people are resistant to change. I don't agree that people are resistant to change. People are only resistant to the change that they do not find to be palatable. Do you understand what I'm saying? The change that they do not find to be palatable and advantageous. That's the only change that people resist. The change that they believe it's not to their own advantage. The change that they believe is detrimental to their life, to their career, to whatever. That's the change that people don't like. You say people resist change. People don't resist the change that they think that is good. People resist the change that they think is not to their own advantage. Change that they think is honesty. Honestly, I'm not going to that political portion party. People resist the change that they think is not advantageous. So most people on this call, for example, if I say to you that, oh, you're going to relocate next year, most people will say you're going to relocate to a good place, to maybe Canada or to the UK, and you're going to have the right papers to work professionally in that place. Who's going to say amen? Everybody, chat room. If I say you're going to relocate to a nice country with proper working papers in the year 2024, let me see all the amens. Let's count, everybody. Let's go. Emmanuel is the first amen. Great. Let me see. From my mouth to God's ears. From my mouth. Mary Jane, you're laughing. Honesty says amen. Canada. Simba says amen. Joyce says amen. Susan, from my mouth to God's ears. Yes. Daniel Adekumi. People are even naming the location. Canada 2024. May it be unto you as you desire, and this training will definitely help. Okay, let me see. With full papers to work officially, good. Adekuma, Mary Jane, Emmanuel, Adekumi, yes. Joyce says UK with the entire family. Amen. Fashola says what God cannot do does not exist. Ayoliwa says amen. Who else? Who else do you relocate to a beautiful country next year with full working papers for you and your immediate family? Please, if you want that as a blessing, say amen. Say amen. If you want that as a blessing, say amen. Daniel, doubting Thomas in you. Oh, what God cannot do does not exist. Emmanuel says, I receive, I receive, I receive. Absolutely, because you feel that. So is that change? It is change, isn't it? But you feel like the change is advantageous. Am I right? You feel like it's an advantageous change. But I cannot say amen to such a prayer. The prayer, that such a prayer goes against everything that is in my mind, that is in my plan, that I need to do. If I relocate, how do I run Transformation College of Business and Technology? how do I do this? How do I get involved in social work and all sorts of things? So my point is, change is inevitable. Absolutely, there's always a change, right? But people don't resist the change that is advantageous. What people don't like is the change that they think is to their own disadvantage. That's what people do not want. That's what people do not like. The change that they think is to their own disadvantage. So I think at this stage in my life, if I go outside of this country, it is it's a disadvantage to go and live outside. To do what? What will I be doing there? Well, are my clients in the UK or in Canada? They're in Abuja, in Accra, in Nairobi, they're in Ogun State, right? The people that are meant to be supported, are they there? No. So it's important that you get change right. And so once again, we've all said it, change is inevitable. There's always going to be change, changing work, changing our business, changing processes, changing situations. There's change in the economy. I've been doing a lot of work with a lot of development organizations. Let me put this. I've been doing a lot of work with a lot of development organizations in the last this year, primarily. A lot of work around SDG goals. Doing on the academic side, on all sorts of areas. In fact, I spend more of my time doing things like this. But these are all things that affect the tied to national and state change. So with all the work that we're doing with Lagos State, this is everything. This is the whole of Lagos State. Lagos State needs to score 70% across all these parameters. Nigeria or Ghana or Kenya needs to score a 70% across all these criteria. Meanwhile, there's nobody that's even scoring an average of 40% if you add everything together. Now, things must change. Power must change hands. Things must change if if the country is going to move forward. Education must change. Police must change. Good health must change. We must do specific things at the state level and at the national level. And it doesn't matter what country you're coming from. Things must change. Things must significantly change if the country is going to move forward, if the nation is going to move forward. Each state, and everybody here is from either a region in Ghana or a state in Nigeria. Your state must adequately get this right. Every state must adequately get this right. So things must change. Things must change with water, with gender, with how we do disposal of waste, how we build bridges, physical bridges and roads and transportation, how we support women, how we support children, how we ensure that there's clean water. Something must change. There is no state in West Africa that can even score an average, if you put everything together, that can score 40%. Everybody's going to get an F. There's nobody that can score 40%. And if you use university grade, everybody's going to get an F. Everybody. Nigeria as a country is going to get an F. Globally, even European countries are struggling here. Let's not talk about African countries. So some of these things that we're discussing in the new Axelos MOR, management of risk methodology, this is a huge portion. This is a huge portion of the thing that we're doing. So this change that we're talking about is not a joke. I have one slide here that talks about the various categories of changes. We talk about this a lot within the ISO work that we do. Various categories of changes. Strategy change, people change, process change, system change, political change, equipment, social, regulators. Something is constantly changing. In fact, I tell people, I said, it's either you're moving forward or you're going back. Nothing is stagnant. Even the world is not stagnant. Geographically, the world is not stagnant. It is moving. So it's either you're moving forward or you're going back. Nothing is stagnant. Everybody that has taken the time and the pain to attend this course it's for your own good. The only benefit we have is if you'll help us refer to young people who can come to our school, and our school is even for free. So it's a free school. This is corporate social responsibility, 100% from us. If you come to Training Heights to take this same set of courses, you probably pay $1 million. That's why my colleague Muiwa will charge you $1 million to take this courses. So this is free. The school that is starting in January is a free school. We're not going to even charge for it. So these things will move you forward. Something has got to change. So it's either you're moving forward or you're going back. And it doesn't matter in what area of your life. It's either you're moving forward or you're going back. So change is constant, change is inevitable, and this change that we're talking about affects different areas of our work. It affects different areas of our lives. It affects different areas of the work that we do. Sometimes when people think about change, they only think about strategy, or they only think about people, they will only think about process, but change has got to be holistic. Your thinking and your planning and the ways by which you address change must be complete. You've got to take a 360-degree view, 100% view of change in itself. Let me move back here. And once again, I put a lot of things. So people talk about external change. And I like this model. I'm sure I've been using this model for maybe 25 years of my life. Right? I'm sure I was introduced to this maybe 25 years ago. When you look at something, it's called PESTLE. Right? All right. And some people like to call it PESTEL, which is TEL, but I think is mortar and pestle. Maybe because I like pounded yam, mortar and pestle, right? That most people call it, and I like it because it's very important. Your present organization and your future organization, they're going to be affected by all these things. They're going to be affected by some political thing. I mean, look at the kinds of, and political means that government decisions. It doesn't only mean political party. It also means government decisions. Decisions by the government that is being made from different perspectives. It means economy. All of us are subject to it. So look at the kinds of things we've gone through, especially in a country like Nigeria throughout this year, from cash to cash availability to full availability to availability to all sorts of things, to the disruption even within the payment systems. All right. So political, the economic environment, the social, or the society at large. And that's why when I was talking about those SDG things, how those things apply to what it is that you and I are doing. And then we need to think about technology, we need to think about the environment and our entire legal framework. And the environment there will be everything that some of you have done ISO 14001. That environmental management system that talks about what is it that you and I are doing with regards to waste? What is it that we're doing with regards to recycling? What is it that we're doing with regards to emissions from our generators? What is it that we're doing with regards to the kinds of bulbs that we use? And everything that in modern day they call sustainability, and all that conversation around ESG. So this is important. And this is essential. Once again, change is constant. Change is constant. Everybody, if you open the browser and type something called PROSCI, PROSCI, somebody, Edith or Mercy, please drop the link in the chat room very quickly. PROSCI. I'll bring this to a close soon, as I know that a lot of people have all sorts of parties and things they need to attend on this Saturday. Okay, so we'll round this up so that you can still get to attend. There's so many parties everywhere, right? It's December. So if you type PROSCI, PROSCI, they've got some, if you go to, I think, free resources or something there, they've got a couple of things. Please drop it in the chat room that people need to have access to those things. And that's where they talk about this methodology for change management, ADKAR, awareness, desire, knowledge, ability, and reinforcement. Awareness, that there must be some kind of awareness, the need for change. People must desire to want the change. They must know how to implement the change. They must have all that is needed to actually implement that change and to sustain the change. Change management is key, and you're going to deal with this as a business analyst all the time. If you become some kind of change management expert, this is big deal globally. They're even trained, their certifications even from that PROSCI around change management. Look at that website, PROSCI. Drop the website in the chat room. Everybody go there. If you become a change management expert, even all the banks in the country don't have enough good business analysts. Let's not even talk about having enough good change management experts. This is an area of specialization. It's a big deal. It's a massive deal. It's a massive deal. And so within the context of this work that you're doing as some kind of business analyst, you're going to need to deal with change from many perspectives. Sometimes the client is going to ask for a change. Sometimes the environment is going to demand a change. Sometimes you, the implementer, you, the person driving the consultant, is going to ask for a change. But you have to manage change from many perspectives. You have to manage change from a process, system, tools, people. One of the biggest ones to achieve is something called organizational change. And that's what that ProSci, everybody look on that ProSci website. You will even see, you will see all sorts with regards to, they have their own training, they have their own certification, all sorts of great things. All sorts of great things with regards to this, all sorts. So change is inevitable. And you and I need to be, you as a great business analyst, as a good business analyst, you're going to have to learn how to manage change effectively. You're going to have to learn how to manage change effectively. Because once again, change is constant. I like this, all right? Assess the change, develop what you need to do, deploy it, go live, normalize, and then some kind of exit. There are all sorts of methodologies, all sorts of frameworks, all sorts of approaches that you can use when it comes to change. There are all sorts of approaches, all sorts of methodologies, all sorts of frameworks that you can use when it comes to change. So this is one approach: assess the change, deploy the change, develop what you want to change, deploy it, go live with it, normalize, and then you can do some form of exit from what it is that you're looking at. Okay, so within that context, you look at communication being very important, training being very important, managing stakeholders being very important, managing resources being very important, and many other things like this. Okay, a coffee shop. This is one of the things that you also should. I would like to believe within this course you must have learned something about the business model canvas. This is a strategy tool, and I think every organization needs to have this. You should go ask in your own organization, do we have an updated business model canvas for 2024? You should ask this question. Do we have an updated business model canvas for 2024? Does your own organization, you as a business analyst, this is your job. This is what you should be able to do to help your own organization and help other organizations complete a business model canvas. This is your job. This is your job. This is your responsibility to be able to help your own organizations and other organizations complete a business model canvas. There are 9 areas in there. You as a business analyst, if you can't do this, then you need to go back and learn and read and look for an opportunity to practice, because you can't. It's essential that you compulsorily must be able to do this. This is one of the assignments that you as a business analyst, you should be able to do. This is one of the things. As a good business analyst, you should be able to complete the business model canvas. As a good business analyst, you should be able to complete the business model canvas. When we start school in January, right? One of the things we're good, in fact, right now we're considering focusing on only one course, which is the business informatics course. Because we're considering focusing on that, because for me, of all the courses that we'll be running, business informatics is the most important. Business informatics will be the most important of all the courses that we're going to be running. And that business informatics, one of the key things that, because we have 4 courses, one of them you can come out of it being a great business analyst. The other one you can come out of it software development, networking, and the final one, which has got to do with something on health and safety. Of the 4 of them, the most important one to me is business, the business informatics. That you are skilled and strongly, you're knowledgeable enough to be able to complete a business model canvas for your own organization and even for other organizations. You as a business analyst, you should task yourself, can I complete a business model canvas for my own organization? Can I complete a business model canvas for my friend's organization, my sister's organization? Can I do that? You should give yourself, give yourself this assignment and put this kind of pressure on yourself. Okay, this is another sample. I can't look through this. This is a short. This is a short training for your certificate course. But you should know this. We can't teach you everything. Your responsibility is to take everything that we've taught you and take it home and expand upon it. It's like the people of Berea, right? They said that those people, after they had learned, that they will take it home and then they will mix it with faith and then they will expand it and study even further. It's impossible for us to be able to teach you all the things that you need to know relative to the many things you've learned around 33 different classes. It's near impossible. But you can go back, you can drill down into these things, and you can become much better professionals as it is. Okay, there's change within IT. We've talked about that, and so something like this, if you're going to be a business analyst, you need to be familiar with it. What does an IT change mean? What does a process change mean? What does an HR change mean? And that's why that ProSci website is extremely important. I used to teach that course to one oil and gas company a long time ago. I'm right. I used to teach that ProSci course to an oil and gas company a long time ago, and so I was very familiar with a lot of the materials. So I had access to both the free and the non-free materials as it is. So you need to know what is an IT change. And we're not talking about only tied to your laptop, we're talking about tied to the entire organization. A structured and well-governed change management process. A structured and well-governed change management process for your organization. Okay? I've spoken about this. When we do, what's that thing called? When we do ISO, for some of you, all of you, you've done business continuity 6.3, you've done ISO 9001. So let me hear from everybody of all the ISO, which is your favorite? Everybody, quickly, come in the room very quickly. Of all the ISO, which has been your favorite? Edith, I wanted you to put the ProSci website. Everybody, I want to see. Don't call it by race, call it by the ISO number. Call it 31,000, 9,000, which has been your favorite of all the ISO. 9,000, whatever. Quickly, let me see. I want to see of all the various ISOs, which has been your preference, the one that you have enjoyed. Okay. Some people like cybersecurity. A lot of people like risk. Some people like 9001 for quality management or processes. Okay, let me hear from others. 9001. Okay, so it looks like it's between 9001 and 31,000. Risk and quality. A lot of people seem to like the 31,000. That's interesting. Okay, Susan says she likes the one on customer satisfaction. Brilliant. Who else is here? There's still 40 something people here. Can you please can you make a comment, please? Tell me which has been your favorite of all. Some people like customer satisfaction, that Bukola took that piece, which is great. Joy. Information security. Babatunde. IT service management. Interesting. Right. So Babatunde, IT service management is 20,000, not 2,000. It's 20. Right. Emmanuel says both cyber and the customer satisfaction. Yes, Edith has put the right, it's prosci.com, prosci.com, right? Okay, brilliant. So, I mean, there's a lot that you've learned within those ISOs. So some of them have that clause called 6.3. 6.3. Some of them have that clause, and this is very important, and it is essential. This is extremely important and essential with regards to that 6.3. Having some kind of change tracker. Having some kind of change tracker. Something you're using to manage and track the changes. Something you're using to manage and track the changes. Changes at what level? Many levels of change. People change. product change, systems change, process change, whatever. This is important. So when you really get into the doing of these things for clients and all that, you find out that there are many levels to this particular thing, right? I move on very quickly as it is. So yeah, here, yeah. So once again, we can't overflow change as it is. So there's the slide that you've always used. Let me stop sharing and then let me share again. As we bring this class to some kind of conclusion today, once again, I have a lot of senior people. Some of the people on this call even know these things better than I do. So this is the slides. I didn't really want to use them. I just wanted to speak to you so that you really have a drill down of these things. Okay, so that's why we talked about business case, a business case, a justification, and within the life cycle in itself. All right. And I believe some of you should also have done something on agile. I'm going to give an agile assignment to everybody that is on this call. I'm going to give an agile assignment to everybody so that in addition to all the great stuff you've learned, you also do that agile assignment. I'm going to give it to everybody now before we close. So this is it. We've spoken about everything here, right? Feasibility is something feasible, tangible or intangible, cost versus benefits, benefit realization over an extended period of time, the concept of a business change, and the environment for change in itself, right? So we've talked about the environment, the organizational environment, and things like that. So we also mentioned, I think there was one prior to now, which, hold on. Okay, so the 13, 13, 13. I hope people know what Moscow is. Moscow requirements. I hope you know what Moscow is. Moscow requirements as it is. So they'll share the slides with you, but I have covered everything that is in the slide, and this being the last class. So so to speak. So we'll bring this to a close. It's great. A lot of people have attended. I'm happy that people have attended the course. So I guess next week. So for me, it's a big congratulations to everybody. A big congratulations to everybody that has been here. Next week we will have our graduation ceremony. You cannot graduate if you have not done 80% of the assessments. First, you must have all your 10 ISO certificates. Your 10 ISO certificate, that's compulsory, and then you must have done your 10 business analysis. If you don't do those things, we don't have a record of them, then you cannot graduate. So we're going to have our graduation ceremony next week. It's going to be a virtual ceremony like this, and we're going to give our accredited certificates, so to speak, from Transformation, the College of Business and Technology. It's been great to have all of you here. We decided to do this for me as a person is really just corporate social responsibility. I already have my clients that I work for. I don't need to make any money from this. I'm good. We have clients that we can't even finish doing all the work that we need to do for them. So we are good, but we felt that it's time to give back. And because we're launching the school, we felt that this was a good way to kick off the school. That's why we decided to do this. Our school, as of today, we're accredited to do a couple of programs, and we kick the school off in January. But you're the first set of people that we're given, so we're allowed to run certificate courses and also diploma courses, and we're going to be listed so that even when people are doing their jam, they can pick Transformation College of Business and Technology. We're also ensuring that we're very contemporary. We're working with Microsoft a lot for our curriculum and things like that, and it's a free school, so we're definitely working with donors. So if you know, we're happy for you to donate to the school. It's a free school. We're not charging the participants for it. We just feel that we know something and we have something that is useful to Nigeria, to Ghana, and to the world. And we also want to be able to contribute our own to SDG and say that this is what we're doing when it comes to societal development. So indeed, it's been our pleasure. I'm happy that everybody has been a part of this course. You all taken out of your busy Saturday to do it. I remember when we started, when somebody said, "Oh, that maybe the 3-5 is why we're doing the course." I said, "If you meet me, I will charge you $1 million for these courses that we've taken." So for this course in itself. So I said I was going to give everybody an agile assignment. Let me quickly go and look for it. So I'll share the link. This will be good for you, especially for people who are really looking at upgrade in the year um, 2024. For all the people that are looking to upgrade from one level, but your upgrade has to be more than just the fact that you attended this. You have to put these things to practice. So there's something called Scrum fundamentals, everybody. There's something called Scrum fundamentals, and we provide this training as Training Heights. The Training Heights being one of the so you can register. You don't have to do the virtual one. Let me see. Yes. Let me see. Yes, Steve. This. Okay. So you can take the course. It will allow you to. You must enroll, and then it allows you to get onto a certain portal. So I'm going to put this here. All right. So if everybody can, if you go to the chat room, you will see the link. You should take that Scrum fundamentals. It will help you. Now, when you go for an interview and the people are talking about agile, tell them that you understand agile, what it means, how it helps, how it helps organizations to be quicker, to be faster, to be more nimble and more effective in achieving their results. So I put the link in the chat room. Scrum study. You need to take the Scrum fundamentals. That's the free one. Because people will go there now and then they'll say, "Oh, the thing is charging me." No, it will not charge you if the course you're trying to do is the Scrum fundamentals. The only thing I'll beg of you is that when it's asking for with what organization, you can just type Training Heights or something in there, or type Transformation College or Training Heights when you're putting there. That will help you. That will significantly help you in your journey. It will help you significantly in your journey, in your career advancement journey as it is. A big thank you to 3 people. So I wish they can show their faces, but we'll definitely see your face on Saturday next week. And that is Edith, that is Mercy, and Boma. The 3 of them have given their Saturdays to this whole thing. They've given their entire Saturdays, 11 Saturdays now that they've given to this. I'm not paying them extra. I'm not giving them an extra dime for being here. They've only done this. So please, everybody, give a round of applause to Edith, to Mercy, and to Boma. They've done an excellent job in coordinating with the trainers, with the lecturers, and ensuring that this has gone pretty well. Please help me thank them. Help me thank them. They've done an excellent job. They just to ensure that the college kicks off on a great note. And yeah, so thank you. We can't thank you enough for all the great work, the 3 of you, that you've put in to ensure that these 11 weeks have worked out and have worked out appropriately. So thank you to the 3 of them. And once again, to everybody, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time and the pain out of your Saturdays to be here. This is completely corporate social responsibility for us. And I'm sure you agree as it is. So thank you very much once again, everybody. I hope all of you graduate. So please put in some effort. I want everybody to graduate if it's within my control. But it's a school. We have clear guidelines, clear rules that we must maintain. So please, if you haven't had the chance to do all your assignments, speak to the team as it is, and they will help you. They will send some of those things to you so that you can get all your stuff done. Where these are accredited certificates, you can use them with your employers, you can use them as part of your educational qualifications. This is not just professional, it is also educational. You're also going to get a one-page transcript that says you've completed. That's why it's important, because we're not going to lie with these transcripts. Do you understand what I'm saying? We're not going to falsify transcripts for people. So you're going to get your certificate with the associated transcript that says that you completed all these modules. And that's why we agree to 80%, but ordinarily it should be 100%, because we are not going to write that you took a module that you did not take. Do you understand? So it should be 100% otherwise. So please check in with the team, check in with Mercy, especially for the week, and ask that, you know what, she will also send an email to people who have one thing or the other that is missing. My joy and is that everybody will graduate. We'll have our graduation ceremony once again next week between 10 and I think 12. We should be done 12:30 or thereabouts. We should be done, or latest 1. We're going to be done. I will present the certificate. So please, you're going to have to switch on your camera. We're going to present all our certificates to everybody, and we'll then share the soft copy of the certificates to your email. It's both a professional and an academic qualification as it is. So please do all you need to do to ensure that you're on point, and so that next week Saturday will be successful. So once again, thank you very much, everybody. I wanted to take today's class to be in the last class as it is, since I haven't gotten the chance, apart from when we kicked off, and I introduced the business analysis. I haven't gotten a chance to do much more. So thank you. It's been great having you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. God bless you, and have a great weekend. And of course, we will need your feedback from everybody. We'll need to, because it's important. So some of you, we need testimonials from you. Some of you, we need feedback, because once again, we're trying to also put the school on the right pedestal, so to speak. So we need your support, testimonials. Some of you will send you an email. Please send us a testimonial. We're trying to collate testimonials in terms of this program, and we're going to put a lot of those testimonials online. It's not a fake school. It's not a school. It's an NGO for us. With Training Heights as an organization and A4S, we've sponsored this whole program. It's our monies that we've used without any external money to sponsor the program from beginning to the end, and of course the Transformation College also. So once again, thank you very much, everyone. Have a great weekend. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have a great weekend, everyone.
All right. Thank you so much, Doctor. Really appreciate you. It's been a very insightful and informative and educative time with you. Thank you so much, sir. It's an honor to be with you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very
So
much.
please,
Thank you.
a resounding applause to the proprietor of Transformation College. Please, can we do that to give him a very big thank you for that? Thank you. All right, thank you, Christy. Thank you, Babatunde. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Agosa. Thank you, Justina. Thank you, Joyceman. Wow, I can't mention everyone's name, but it's been a very lovely time to have all of you for this 11th week. Thank you for your time. And just to buttress a little more on what Doctor has already said concerning our graduation, please, the graduation is coming up next week, Saturday, which is the 23rd of December. Time remains 4 p.m. Time remains 4 p.m. So please, you can invite your friends, invite your loved ones. Everyone will be, as many as you want to invite, we can accommodate, please. So do well to invite your loved ones. It's 4 p.m. Yes, Joyce, it's 4 p.m. Yes. You won't be wasting much time, but it will be full of fun, right? So that's just the information. Again, please, if you are here to do your assessments, please kindly do them. I will try to pick to mention the people the assessment you've done so far. I'll be able to I'm going to do that from tomorrow and Monday. I will do that so that you will know which is an outstanding one for you. All right. So that's that for the assessment. And then please engage us on all of our social media platforms on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. All of our videos have been posted. All the classes we've done so far have been posted. So please kindly engage us on all of these social media platforms. And then our registration is still ongoing. Encourage your loved ones, your friends and family to register with us. And you'll be glad you do. All right. It's been a wonderful 11th week with you. And then next week, Saturday, is the completion. I just want to say Merry Christmas in advance and a very big happy, a prosperous new year in your career, in all of you, everything that you wish to do. I pray you achieve them easily and successfully. Thank you so much, everyone. And bye for now. See you next week. Bye.